Encounter captured in graphic detail.
Just broke the window.
2 officers responding to a 911 call. Reports of a man vandalizing cars.
He's looking into another car.
Overhead, a police helicopter. Infrared video tracking the suspect. On the ground, shaky body cams pick up the frantic pursuit. As they close in, amid the chaos, one of the officers shouts, "Gun!"
Show me your hands, gun!
Seconds later, both officers open fire.
Show me your hands, gun, your gun! 5-7 shots fired, some stay down.
Leaving a haze of smoke and the 22-year-old suspect, Stephen Clark, dead in his grandmother's backyard. An iPhone, not a weapon, by his side.
Just broke the window, running south, running to the south.
4982, I'll go on.
I'll shot 49, let's take back on that. So let's get more units back up. Running south, we just broke the window, I believe we're on the house. But he's one house to the south right now, gonna run. Okay, he's running towards the front yard. All I can tell is he's got a hoodie on. He's running towards the front yard of 29th Street. 29th Street. He's looking into another car that's in between the fence and the front yard. Started ground units, guys, so it looks like might be getting one at gunpoint.
Copy, one at gunpoint.
Okay, let's get a perimeter on this. Guy's running south. He's going to hit this field. He's at one further house to 1 yard to the south. 2 minutes trying to catch him.
Hi, 48, go ahead.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Okay, let's get a perimeter on this. Guy's running south. He's going to hit this field. He's at one further house to 1 yard to the south. 2 minutes trying to catch him.
Hi, 48, go ahead.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Charger with black paper plates. Kill from the door. Come in from the west east of the shore.
Start fire, and let's get the ammunition coming.
Copy, 9647. Copy, fire starting. Check.
Charles 65, check.
62, go ahead.
Copy 62, where's the other unit?
Star, we got several people coming out of all the houses here, so we're going to need several units.
Copy, we've got one out. 5-4, fire clear, enter.
Show me your hands, gun, your gun! 5-7 shots fired, some stay down. Show me your hands! Let's see your hands! .57, he's down. No movement. We're gonna need additional units. Come in from the west to east of this yard. Let's see your hands! You alright? You hit?
The question, "Are you hit?" is yet more evidence that the officers thought it was a gun. Cell phones don't actually shoot, or do they?
I'm good. He was still pointing. Oh shit, when I saw it, you alright, dude? Yeah, I'm alright. I don't think I've hit or anything. I got him at gunpoint, dude. Right. You want to? What you want to do? Tactical reload, okay? All right, copy. I think I shot about 5 times. Stand by on that. He's still down. He's not moving. We can't see the gun.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, I'm gonna reload.
All right, go. I got you. Go.
You got a light on him?
Got him. Negative. Neither one of us are hit. We're okay. Suspect's down. Good?
Yep.
All right. There's an older,
My nigga was shot so many times. He was. No.
The headlines came fast and furious. Social media ablaze. Unarmed black father of two is shot dead by cops. Police shot at a man 20 times in his own yard, thinking he had a gun. It was an iPhone. This latest incident adding to the already combustible national dialogue about police, race, and the use of deadly force.
A night of raw emotion in Sacramento, including a brief emotional appearance in council chambers of the brother of Stephon Clark, Stevante Clark. The community demanding change at Sacramento City Council tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Thomas. We have a lot to cover on a busy evening, both at City Hall and at the Golden One Center. It all surrounds the shooting death of Stephon Clark. We are learning of one arrest tonight at Sacramento City Hall, a protester taken into custody, accused of assaulting an officer and for public intoxication. ABC 10's Liz Kreutz has been in the center of it all tonight. She joins us live right now. Liz, bring us up to speed.
Hey, Chris, yeah, we're at City Hall right now, where it is much more quiet and peaceful than it was just an hour or so ago. It's been a tense and chaotic night here in downtown Sacramento as protesters have taken to City Hall and the streets of Sacramento protesting that shooting. I'm going to bring Francis Wang in right now. Francis, you've been in the thick of these protests all day and night. Walk us through what happens.
Well, it's crazy because even though I was just over there, it's such a different perspective from being in the crowd. But as you know, everyone started marching into City Hall because they weren't letting any more people into the building. They knocked over, I think, a metal detector and they started chanting inside, and then things got a little tense and chaotic, as you mentioned. Here's a look back at what happened inside that lobby. A large, frustrated crowd tired of waiting.
People have been traumatized and hurt.
Hundreds try to rush into the City Hall lobby, chanting Stephon Clark's name.
We have to do something about it. We have to find a way to work with our community and make sure our kids are safe on the street and that we have a non-lethal policy.
As many continued chanting in the lobby, a fiery group of people demanded to be let in, facing off with police officers and community leaders who tried to keep them.
Well, we're standing with our community, just like other folks that are here. It's our duty. It's our folks that are out there.
Eventually, as people left the city council meeting, others were let in, but the crowd still stayed, and the protesters still chanted his name.
It's a lot of pain, it's a lot of hurt, and we got to lift that up.
And in just the last couple of hours, things really calmed down. Eventually, the crowd inside that atrium gathered in a circle where a lot of them took turns speaking, and eventually a lot of them brought out some lit up candles, and then slowly everyone started clearing out. And now, as you can see, a very empty scene out here compared to earlier.
Right, but you can just sense that anger. All right, thanks, Francis. And from outside to inside, we're going to go now to Ananda Ruchita, who spent her evening at that city council meeting tonight. Ananda.
It's definitely a lot quieter out here and also inside as well. We were told to leave about half an hour ago. About an hour ago, people left city council chambers. Now, that was because the mayor shut down the meeting about a little around 9 o'clock because of safety reasons. And we've been here since 3:30 this afternoon. People told us that they were angry, frustrated, and even feel helpless. They came in showing solidarity.
There's other ways we can solve problems, but this is the first step. And you want to have conversations with the people who can make the changes, and this is where we are. That's why we're here.
Practice law here in California. Sisters, brothers, fathers, and mothers were here to show support.
I know there's good cops out there, and I don't believe all cops are bad. I think we have some issues that need to be changed, some systemic issues that need to be changed.
What needs to be changed is your glorifying thugs who are clearly at fault, and support the officers who did everything right, and we are safer for what they did.
The meeting started off with city leaders before they got interrupted.
The council then provided the funds necessary to implement the policy. And it was very expensive.
Stefan Clark! 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 Stefan Clark!
Some of the interruptions stopped, but not the voices of anger and frustrations.
Can we all stand for a second? Can we all stand for a second, people? If y'all stood for the pledge, stand what I'm asking, please. Now, everybody, take out your cell phone. Take out your cell phone. Let's take out a cell phone. Take out a cell phone. Direct the cell phone to the council. Point it at the council. Does this look like a gun? And I ask you guys, we ask you guys, we're not begging.
This carpet, they lifted it, they shoved it under the carpet. Now, I would like to turn to them.
Somebody out of office, exercise your right to do so by voting. Next speaker, please. Next speaker, please. Call the name.
The meeting was supposed to adjourn at 1 o'clock tomorrow, but it's also the same time as Stefan Clark's wake. And so the mayor sent out a statement saying out of respect for the family, it will be canceled for tomorrow. In Sacramento, Ananda Rochita, ABC 10 News.
Tell them. Shame on you. That's it. Shame on you.
The family of 23-year-old Stefan Clark joined tonight by Black Lives Matter protesters blocks away from the home where Clark was shot to death by Sacramento police officers. The house where it happened, still blocked off by police tape, is Clark's grandparents' home, where family says Stefan Clark was living.
An innocent black man going to his grandma and grandpa's house where he lived? Now, how you going to explain that? How you going to justify?
How about explaining why he was out breaking car windows so late, and, if he lived there, why he had to go to a back window, or back door, and could not just walk in? How about it?
The Sacramento police spokesman said they were called to the location on a report that someone was breaking into cars. It was a sheriff's department helicopter that directed police on the ground to Clark. A deputy watching from above advised them he had broken a window to the home. Sacramento police officers say they tried to take Clark into custody, but he refused their verbal instructions.
Looked back at our officers and faced them and had an object in his hand, and pointed it at our officers, and at that time our officers believed that it was a firearm, and out of fear for their own lives, they fired their service weapons.
Protesters tonight said Stefan Clark was holding a wrench. The two officers didn't move, according to the police department spokesman, for 5 minutes while they waited for backup. Fire department paramedics eventually responded too and pronounced Clark dead. His family disputes that he was confronting the officers at all, saying instead he was shot as he was moving away.
The released video from both the helicopter and body cam shows he was approaching the officer's direction.
In the back. You know, how, so that means that he was running. So that means that he was probably saying, this is my grandmama's house. This is where I live. You know, leave me alone.
2 Sacramento police officers have been placed on paid administrative leave while the incident is being investigated, which is standard department protocol in cases of an officer involved.
Don't touch him! Don't touch him! Don't touch him! Don't touch him! I got it!
Do y'all see this? Why is he pushing me? Y'all see this? Hey, line. Give me formation on this corner right here. There's a camera on. There's a camera on. Watch out. There's a camera on. Come on,
Wait on the bitch. You should have kept your motherfucking mouth closed. You don't care about death? You don't care about death? You fucked up, bitch. You fucked up. You fucked up, bitch. We don't give a fuck. We don't care. 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 We don't
Hahn says that the department will conduct a thorough investigation into the fatal shooting of Stephon Clark. An expert in officer-involved shootings who watched that body camera video with us today said that given the circumstances, any officer could have reacted that way.
There was about a 1 to 2 second delay before the first shots.
Ryan Getty, a police officer of 34 years and an assistant professor at Sacramento State's Division of Criminal Justice, reviews the helicopter and body camera footage released in the fatal shooting of Stephon Clark.
My initial reaction is I could easily see it happening to any officer.
Getty says the body camera video shows the physiological effects of chasing a suspect.
He started running towards the scene, which automatically, physiologically, starts to get the heart rate increasing, the blood pressure increasing.
The career officer and teacher says that can lead to tunnel vision.
Sensory perception starts to go. Officers may get tunnel vision. I'm not saying that officer did, but typically officers start to get tunnel vision, stressed. Their fine motor skills start to go.
In the midst of the chase, an officer shouts his command. The suspect, Clark in this case, is out of sight, and Getty says officers don't know what he might do next or whether he may be armed. They see what they believe is a weapon, leading to shots fired.
Most of them have told me they fired 2 or 3, at the most 5, when they've fired 10, 15 rounds.
Chief Daniel Hahn calls the situation tragic and says the department will conduct a thorough investigation as the public gets the chance to view the videos.
Where there's a void of facts, people fill those facts in, and oftentimes because they weren't there, they're not accurate. Now with a video, somebody can watch it themselves and they see visually for themselves what happened.
The process of grief and processing emotion is both communal and unique to each person. And we understand that this is not just about the death of Stephon Clark. We recognize that there have been other lives lost who also drive your grief and passion for change. You will be heard.
And it was very expensive. Stephon Clark! 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 Stephon
Do you want to take the microphone, sir? Yes. That one right over there. Come on, go right there.
No, let him stay. Stop, y'all. Stop, please. My brother just got shot 20 times. But the reality is, that's unfiltered pain. That's unfiltered pain. That we live in, that we walk in, that we can't escape from.
And every now and again, we get to witness what the deep, deep aggravation and pain and frustration of historical oppression looks like. Every now and again, there is a sudden, spontaneous eruption. And what we just saw a moment ago with Stephante was that in public. And rather than be afraid of it, this is our opportunity to really put skin in the game, 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 and to be a part of being the change we say we are here to see. We have been trained to fear each other, but we have not been trained to hear each other.
It has to stop. Let him go out. It has to stop. It has to stop. It has to stop.
you guys gonna shoot me 20 times in the back? You gonna shoot me 20 times? Excuse me, I got a question to ask you guys.
Oh, no answer. It's just room pitch. That's quite young. Like a fucking 12-year-old.
I have a question. Excuse me.
Yeah, you have nothing to fucking say. With your fucking nerd-ass glasses, you bitch, nigga.
Hey, I have a question. You gonna answer my question? You shoot me 20 times in the back.
They're gonna ignore you. Ask them anyway. Ask them anyway.
Ask them. How would they feel?
Give them some space.
How would they feel? Fuck them. Let me listen to this shit. But they act like they can't. They act like they can't.
Y'all, who's gonna sit up and don't want to skin out pain right now?
They probably drop them off in Oak Park somewhere. They'll be all right. Better than jail, all right?
I'm Mayor Darrell Steinberg, and I'm here with my colleague, Councilman Rick Jennings from District 7. We want to make a brief announcement to the community tonight. It's about 10:15 on Tuesday evening. We announced that the City Council would resume at 1 o'clock tomorrow, Wednesday afternoon. We've learned that the wake for Stefan Clark is from 1 to 8 tomorrow. And so out of respect for his memory and his family, we are not going to convene tomorrow afternoon. I want to assure all the public and everyone who, of course, is vitally interested in this terrible event and wants to have their voices heard, you will have your voice heard. And we are postponing tomorrow.
And I just want to make sure that everyone understands we value your voice, we value what you have to say, and we will make sure the opportunity for your voice to be heard is available for you. And so I just want to make sure you know that as we move forward. But out of respect for the family, we are canceling our session for tomorrow.
These are some tough times here in Sacramento. We will get through this if we stick together, if we recognize that hearing people and hearing the pain and the anguish is essential, and making the changes that need to be made. But please, let's keep the peace.
Get up! Get up! Get up! Ooh! Stay down! Stay down! Stay down! Stay down! Stay down!